Hello, brilliant anons and beautiful patriots. You guys ready? Is the Q Army ready? Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Every day here on the Matrix Groove Hour. And guess what? Hello, Q. We've got a Q drop right as we enter in. So let's go ahead and, oops, I got the wrong Windows capture on. There you guys are. Say hi to everybody right there. Let me get that Windows capture straightened out here real quick and we'll go over to Q. Properties. Let me go over here and do.
What are you doing over there?
I'm just playing around.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon,
let's
Shady.
Kick off the show.
Why don't you get in here?
How about you?
Oh my gosh, Shady, come on in. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just got all discombobulated as we just got a new Q drop, Shady.
I just heard that. I'm glad that I got my window closed so we didn't get the double alarm.
I know, right? So here we go. This is, ooh, look at this, 42-41. Right now on the start of our show, we've got Graham shoots down Trump's call for Obama testimony on Russia probe origins via Politico. Wow, guys.
Who called it?
Who called it? Who called it? And then we got another one. Graham shoots down. There's the article. Then it says Graham shoots down call. Boom, 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 boom. We got another. Oh my gosh, we got another picture here, but it's not that. It's loading.
Oh, where's the loaded Pepe?
Let's see. There it is. Ooh. Look at that. Where did we see that before? We saw that before. I've seen that before.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. Where have we seen that picture before?
Oh, but it's awesome. So it says
Stevens was with anons.
This is obviously, oh my gosh, Benghazi, guys.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a Benghazi guy right there, and the image name. Let's see if it says.
Is he the one that doesn't he have a show? Is that the gentleman that has the show that's, or not a show, but a podcast, I think it is? I'm just spitballing here.
Yep, Seals. Is he from Benghazi? Yep, I've seen that before too. Wow, Queen projects King. Let's see what we got here. We got worth remembering. Think chess. Do you attack the king in the beginning or the middle to end? Queen protects king. Q.
Basic chess.
Wow, guys. Wow. So that is a nice little nugget.
Let's do a little search on that image for the guys here. Show them how we do that.
All right. So let's do. Let me get a window up here.
If you could pull a window up and like show them the 10i and show them like, let's see what it comes up with in real time here. That'll give them a little insight into how we figure some of this stuff out.
Right. Let me get over here to 10i reverse search. Here it is here.
I hope everyone out there is doing wonderful. Welcome today to the show. It's Thursday. It's 10:12 on the West Coast. You guys out there are winning. In case you didn't notice, we have a lot of news to talk about today with General Flynn. We have stuff going on. Q is posting this morning, and right now we're going to take this image over here to 10i, and we're going to see what it is that comes up in the past on this image.
Right. Let me actually get to it. Let me make sure I grab the image correctly and do that. And we are throwing it right into the image loader. We're uploading your image right now. You just get 10i.com. Buffering. And search. We're sorry, but.
Oh. It might not have loaded. Oh, there you go.
No. Let me see. Hang on one second, guys. Go back to 10i. All right, let's try it one more time, folks. Here it is. There's the image. Loading. Target painted.
They don't like it.
Yeah, they don't like this one.
Maybe it's an original.
Yeah. Well, it is a screen grab if you notice as well. Let's go back to...
oh, it might be. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't notice that. I was looking
see that? See how it's got bottom?
Oh, it might be, and it's got a different file. What's the file name say?
X.
XP and X. Just an X, huh?
Uh-huh.
I like X marks the spot.
X marks the spot, guys. Absolutely.
Because Lindsey Graham is a bit of a...
Yeah. I mean, should we show his
How long
picture
is
again, Shady? You want to grab that?
How long has Lindsey Graham been calling for investigations that have never happened?
That's right. A long time. It's time to
been
do
talking about
something.
this
And
guy.
our president, what did our president say today, Shady?
He had some interesting words for Mr. Graham, didn't he?
Let's go look at right now. Boom. Let's go to our POTUS right now. Here he is, the real Donald Trump. Okay, so on my way to Pennsylvania, there he goes. Woohoo! That's awesome.
He's like, I get to leave the house.
I get to leave the house. Thank goodness. Also, some very good tweets here, but here it is right here. If I were a senator or congressman, the first person I would call to testify about the biggest political crime and scandal in the history of the USA by far is former President Obama. He knew everything. Do it, Lindsey Graham. Just do it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more talk.
How about Anons in the chat? You guys done with talk? You had enough talk?
Press 17 if you're done with talk.
From your Republican representatives? Oh, how deep the swamp goes.
I'm as mad as hell.
Huh?
I'm not going to take
Are you guys mad at Lindsey?
I want you to get up right now.
Get up right now.
Go to your windows.
Look at the
open them and
17s.
stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell.
And
I'm
Lindsey
not gonna
better
take
do it.
Well, things have gotta change,
How many
my friend.
stations does this go
By
on?
the way, this on our show yesterday, 58,000.
Don't become deep state douchebaggery.
That's right, it's Lindsey. Look at that, 58.6 thousand views, guys, because of you guys on this show. Pretty awesome. And we all need to be screaming from our windows.
I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take
I don't want to see New York singing songs. I want to see New York doing this. Somebody get that on video. Somebody start it up in New York City and send it over here. It's time. It's time, guys. It's time. So there you go. That I just wanted to show you guys that. But, you know, we've got some Q drops to go through. But, yes, we know we've got several Q drops today. Do you want to go through today, or do you want to start where we left off, my friend?
Let's go. Well, let's just leave this one, and we'll pick up the articles in this one that we just showed at the as we get through them. How about that?
All right. You want to go start where we left off?
Yeah, let's start where we left off and work our way up and see how far we get before Q interrupts us.
All right. And thank you, Q. This has been amazing, my friend. We love you very much. And, you know, keep going because this is amazing. Let me go to here. This is where we left off right here. Q drop 4228, Shady. And it says, Anonymous says, hello, sir, Q+. Thank you, boss. And then POTUS says, and this was 22, so Monday, and then, what was this, Tuesday, the next day, right? Yeah, the next day. Our testing is the best in the world by far. Numbers are coming down in most parts of the country, which wants to open and get going again. It is happening safely. Q+. Don't you just want to say Q+?
And so right there, you curious Anons, you see the president Q+ answering an Anon from the night before. So that's an Anon posting on Monday night on the boards. And then you have the president first thing in the morning saying, okay, I can post it's happening. Where's the bees? He should have misspelled that with bees. Can you imagine the fallout?
Q+, if you're listening, could you put happening? So we can hear, what's his name? What's that guy?
Travis Q?
Yeah, or that crying guy that always points out the misspellings of Donald J. Trump.
Oh, which one? I mean, good Lord, Rothschilds? Or...
No, he was the guy on CNN. Stelzer, crying Stelzer.
Oh, Brian Stelter. It's the president.
He mistweets one time a day.
He spells the words with different letters, and then the decoders, they get out there, they take the letters and they turn them into numbers, and they think they mean stuff.
Yeah, Thank you, Brian Stetzer. But look at what we got, guys. Right at the end of our show, basically, this dropped, man. Pretty amazing, folks. So let's get on it. After this next Q post, we've got the actual documents. Do I have them all right here? I think I have. No, below because I missed some.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I missed some too.
Let me just make sure I have them all here. Yeah, I have them all here.
Here they are. Didn't load all the pages.
So there's 39 requests to unmask Shady.
Okay, wait a minute. What?
39.
Okay, so there's 39 requests for the Kislyak conversation being unmasked on these records.
Right, 93. Cult 93 did 39 replies to unmask.
Exactly the inverse of Cult 93.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly right.
How interesting. Boy, they sure do like their numbers.
So we got Samantha Power, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 requests because there was 2 requests on the 14th.
You go, Sam.
And she forgot though, Shady.
What did she forget?
She forget what? What are we talking about? Unmasking, right? And then we got Clapper.
Clap off.
Yeah. And then we got Kelly Denigan. We've got she's the Deputy Chief of Mission. Then we've got U.S. Ambassador to Italy and the Republic of San Marino, John R. Phillips. Then we've got
whoa. U.S. Ambassador to Italy?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Papadopoulos, I'm sure.
Or the Vatican or
the Vatican or none of that. Exactly.
No, okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Put that back in the closet.
Is it May? Isn't the Pope having a terrible May? Come on, let's go.
It is definitely May.
Yeah, I mean this is a bad May for a lot of people right now. Good May for us though. So here we go. We got the director of the CIA, John O. Brennan. Twice, 14th and 15th.
Oh, but what? 2 weeks before the call was made.
Yep. Patrick Conlon, CIA director, on the 14th.
Hello, Patrick.
Wow, everybody's really curious on the 14th. Secretary of Treasury, Jacob Lew.
Oh, Secretary of Treasury, eh?
So the Federal Reserve can figure out what's going on?
Ooh, and around the same time, look at that, December 14 and 16.
And January 12th, right?
And that would be the January 12th date matches up to the end of this list.
So Acting Assistant Secretary of Treasury, Arthur Danny McGlynn, wanted to know. Acting Deputy Assistant Secretary of Treasury, Mike Neufeld, wanted to know. Deputy Secretary of Treasury, Sarah Raskin. I thought that was kind of funny, Shady.
Oh, Raskin.
Sarah effing Raskin.
Sarah effing Raskin.
Tiger King reference, right?
I'll never forgive you guys for making me watch that.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, Liz.
Yeah, really. Crux, yeah, appreciate that.
Appreciate that, guys.
Shout out to Mike from Out of Shadows for forcing me to watch
6 hours I won't get back.
I'll never get that time back, bro.
Never. Sarah effing Raskin.
It's like watching a slow-moving train wreck.
So we got Undersecretary Nathan Sheets. So between the sheets, the Undersecretary. And then we've got this right here. Wow. We've got Ambassador, why can't I read that? Bass. 28th of December. We've got Chief of Staff to the President, Bob McDonough, or Dennis McDonough, Shady.
DM, we got DM in our little decode of the Q post. So
the guide to D class, yep.
Yeah. Q told us about Dennis McDonough. Oh, I would say a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Then we've got Michael Dempsey, and this is the Deputy Director of National Intelligence for Intelligence Integration. Yep. Then we've got Principal Director of National Intelligence, Stephanie O'Sullivan. Then we've got CIA CTMC. Redacted. Then we've got Vice President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden. 12, January 17.
So 12 January 17. So funny. That's the date of the Washington Post article outing General Flynn's phone call with Ambassador Kislyak.
So I am thinking that there's your leaker right there, guys. Just saying.
Oh, there we go. That is a lot of people requesting information that have. Okay, so number one, let's talk about Samantha Powers. This is the ambassador to the UN is able to access classified information of FISA.
Yeah.
Look at this, like all this backroom stuff that's going on. Like what's she accessing on November 30th? You know, and we're getting ready to find out, guys. Like I said before, it's a beautiful black sky.
It is. It really is. And by the way, what is unmasking? This is the NSA director, Admiral Rogers, how they explain unmasking from the NSA. Let's hear it.
So with respect to unmasking, the following criteria is applied. First, for the National Security Agency, we define in writing who has the authority to unmask a U.S. person identity. That is 20 individuals in 12 different positions. I am one of the 20 in one of those 12 positions, the director. Secondly, we outline in writing what are the criteria that will be applied to a request to unmask. In a report, and again, part of our process under 702 to protect the identity of U.S. persons as part of our minimization procedures, when we think we need to reference a U.S. person in a report, we will not use a name. We will not use an identity. We say U.S. person 1, U.S. person 2, U.S. person 3. That report is then promulgated. Some of the recipients of that report will sometimes come back to us and say, I'm trying to understand what I am reading. Could you help me understand who is person 1 or who is person 2, et cetera? We apply 2 criteria in response to their request. Number 1, you must make the request in writing. Number 2, the request must be made on the basis of your official duties, not the fact that you just find this report really interesting and you're just curious. It has to tangibly tie to your job. And then finally, I said too, but there's a third criterion, and that is the basis of the request must be that you need this identity to understand the intelligence you're reading. We apply those 3 criteria, we do it in writing, and one of those 20 individuals then agrees or disagrees. And if we unmask, we go back to that entity who requested it, not every individual who received the report, but that one entity who asked for us. We then provide them the U.S. identity, and we also remind them the classification of this report and the sensitivity of that identity remains in place. By revealing this U.S. person to you, we are doing it to help you understand the intelligence, not so that you can use that knowledge indiscriminately. It must remain appropriately protected.
Ooh.
Interesting.
What do you guys think of that?
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We got more Admiral Rogers for you a little bit later, too, that we just found just before the show.
That's why we were late.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a huge boom. Here we go. This is the next Q post, Shady, right here. This is excellent find, Anon. They thought it meant December 5th, state funeral, NSA. A lot more coming soon, Q. So D5 is, D is the fourth letter? Yeah, fourth letter of the alphabet. And May is 5. So D5. And I guess that's a little bit of gematria, eh, Shady? Huh?
Sure is.
A little hat tip to LK Dark to Light and C. O'Brien. But here's the memorandum for Director of National Intelligence. It says, follow up unmasking request regarding former National Security Advisor. Per your email request of 3 May 2020, I am providing a revised list of identities of any officials who submitted requests to the National Security Agency at any point between 8 November 2016 and 31 January 2017 to unmask the identity of former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael T. Flynn, USA, retired. The original list was in alphabetical order. The revised list is in chronological order, including the date requested, including the date the request was received. Consistent with the original response dated 1 May 2020, this information is provided pursuant to the oversight authorities vested in the Director of National Intelligence, and copy of this correspondence will be provided to the Secretary of Defense, Paul M. Nakasone.
And so, yeah, we were getting some of this in yesterday, right at the end of the show, and we weren't quite sure, like, exactly what it was, like, is it all the requests? But from what we can tell, this was just the unmasking requests towards General Flynn in the span of those dates, guys. So this has nothing to do, remember, it was revealed that Samantha Powers asked for 300 different unmaskings on her own. So, this is just the stuff related to General Flynn and this small timeline of dates that we're getting exposed. So this is just a small piece of the whole puzzle right here that we're getting to see right now.
Right. Looks like we're getting a little bit of, red, orange, yellow shady, just so you know, on the stream.
Seems like it's flowing good from what I can see.
Yep. I'm just letting you
Don't
know.
if anybody- We'll see.
All right. And this is the next one. Boom week ahead. Let's just go to boom week ahead right here. So this is only the start, Q. We were kind of mentioning that yesterday. I do believe that this is only the start. This is Q post 4230. And it shows this list right here. Let's get it a little bit so it's clearer. Or is it just my eyes, shady?
No, I think it's a little bit rough there for that one.
So basically, you have to open the file before you save it, Q. Just saying. I'm just kidding. This is below is the list of recipients between November 2016, 31 January. And also underlined is this response does not include any requests outside of that specific time frame, guys. I mean,
So there were other requests. That's saying that there were a lot of other requests on Flynn. You got to understand, like we've been kind of in this little bit of a rabbit hole with this, but only because we're focused on this one issue of getting this stuff thrown out of court right now. And the amount that they've collected on it, I would imagine they listened to every single phone call that every single person in the Trump transition team made.
That's
guys.
right.
And I'm pretty sure we have evidence to prove that they listened to every phone call and acted upon information they were garnering from the phone call.
Absolutely. And this is
In public.
In public. This is 3332 attached to this. Boom, week ahead. Treason doesn't pay well in the end. Q. And then again, this is only the start. So that's that post right there, shady. Then we get this one. This is a really good one. Let me just make sure we're catching up here. Dates are important, right? So let's go to the Q map here. 4231, 1700 hours and 3 minutes. Here is the basic dates here, right? So circled here is General Flynn's identity because that's what it was. We're going to go over these dates really quick, but dates are important. FISA unmasked request prior to Ambassador Kislyak phone call. Who asked Ambassador Kislyak to call Flynn? Setup, FBI, entrap, plus FISA, late. Justify? Q.
Okay.
So basically, it sounds like they had to cover their tracks, shady.
Yeah, and it sounds like that they instigated the Kislyak call, Matrix.
Yes.
So the whole thing was a setup, and that's the big reveal here that they instructed, just like they instructed Halper to interact with Papadopoulos, just like they instructed, what was his other, Mifsud, just like they instructed all the other contacts that interacted with Page and Manafort and Papadopoulos. Well, they instructed Kislyak to force a conversation with General Flynn. Also, if you don't know this, if you've seen the picture that the mainstream media is showing now of General Flynn sitting next to Vladimir Putin, they set that up. They specifically organized him, making sure that whenever he went to that meeting, that he was forced to sit right beside General Flynn so they could get pictures.
Right. And here's the timeline. And the timeline of what we know about Flynn's phone call with Russia. This is December 1st, 2017. Court documents released on Friday show that Michael T. Flynn spoke with a senior Trump transition official before calling Russia's ambassador to the United States to discuss sanctions imposed by President Barack Obama. So what's known publicly is that Obama signed executive order announcing sanctions against Russia for trying to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. The executive order takes effect the next day. So the same day, 28th, Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador, contacts Michael Flynn. Flynn calls a senior transition official to talk about what to say to Mr. Kislyak. They also discuss that members of the presidential transition team at Mar-a-Lago did not want Russia to escalate the situation. Then December 29th, immediately after that call, Mr. Flynn calls Kislyak and asks that Russia not escalate the situation. December 29th, shortly after that call, Mr. Kislyak, Flynn calls the transition official to report on his conversation with the Russian ambassador. And then what's also known out here in this column is Putin of Russia announces he will not take retaliatory measures in response to the sanctions. And then Mr. Trump praises Putin with a Twitter response saying, I always knew he was smart. But then we go over here. This is the unmasking requests predate phone call between General Flynn and our ambassador. Collusion narrative destroyed. So basically collusion. So the unmasking request date and the call are a little off, right? So this is the 28th is when he called. 28th.
But they're requesting on December. Look at this. I mean,
We got 23rd.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We got 14th, right?
Yep.
So very interesting.
All the way back to November 30th.
That's right. Let's go look
And
at
so if you guys remember at the end of the Obama administration, remember whenever that day that they that we out of nowhere ousted all of these Russian ambassadors from multiple different locations around DC and Virginia? That was on this day.
Right.
So this was the cover job. They came out and we're going to throw all these out. And then they ran all these news stories about Russian infiltration and look at Obama, he's getting rid of the Russians. And right at the same time, they were setting Flynn up to make this call so that 5 days later, Comey could just send a couple of guys, or 2 weeks later, Comey could just send a couple of guys down.
Let's reread that one more time.
This is all predicated.
So let's reread this. Set up, FBI entrap, plus FISA, late justify.
In other words, last step, they were desperate to make something happen because of the pressure in the FBI to close Razor.
But the FISA was late. Huh. Interesting. Who asked him? Just very interesting wording here, Shady, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming from that it was somebody that unmasked him set up Kislyak to do this.
Well, we got to find out what requests are what. So if the FISA was December 28th, I got that to do set up. But this is 28th. So are we looking at the 11 Januaries, the 7 Januaries, the 12 Januaries? You see what I mean?
Right. Well, the 12 January would be relevant to Joe Biden, and the first time, this would be 8 days before Trump took office, that would be the first time that this information hit the news about Flynn's quote unquote, ties to Turkey. They're still running this narrative, man. I mean, even the lefty people on Fox are still running with the narrative that General Flynn is a traitor and he was working as a Turkish lobbyist at the same time he was setting up to be the NSA director. It's absurd.
It's absolutely absurd.
But they're still running it. They're running hard. Even this morning, as early as this morning.
So let's go to the next Q drop here, Shady. 4232. This one is basically Adam Housley says, this is exactly the point. Thank you. How do they explain so many of the requests being prior to the Kislyak call that was supposedly predicated for the investigation? And Sergeant Schultz, he must have forgotten he was on the list considering what he told George Stephanopoulos on Sunday. Okay, so there you go, Shady. Yeah, prior to. Interesting, right?
Yep.
Dates are important. This is exactly the point. Thank you. And let's go to Adam right here. There it is. And then how come that didn't happen? I'm going to...
Already took it away.
Yeah, it's there. Right there.
No, I assumed it took away.
Yeah, they took away my like. Yeah, exactly. And my follow.
Always takes away mine, yeah.
Yeah. There it is there. So this is the other post. It says, how do they explain so many of the requests being prior to Kislyak call that supposedly was the predicate for the investigation? Aha, there we go. We answered it. Okay. And Sergeant Schultz, he must have forgotten he was on the list, considering what he told Stephanopoulos. And here's what he said, Shady. I was aware that they had asked for an investigation, but that's all I know about it, Biden said in response to Chuck Grassley's comments that he knew about the moves to investigate Flynn.
Biden is Sergeant Schultz, by the way.
I know nothing. It makes sense. So there you go. Sergeant Schultz forgotten. Okay. So then go back further, Q says. And then we've got this article saying what the Mueller report said about Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, and Donald Trump Jr. The special counsel's report focused on the president himself, but also reveals new details about his family members. And this is an article from April 18th, 2019.
And so I think that what Q's kind of pointing us at is that they were unmasking his family members and listening to every single person that made a phone call.
That's right.
I mean, they like I said, I think they unmasked and you know, if they had this many people, 39 different requests for this one thing, that means this was systemic and that everybody had their little unmasking toy and could just do whatever they wanted to do. And no one was treating this like Americans are innocent until proven guilty, Matrix. That's the larger point in this. You could clearly see that none of these people believe that an American is innocent until proven guilty. They believe that if someone is vulnerable to some sort of an attack or your opponent, that we can use every single tool that we have to destroy them.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the special counsel report, right? Notably, the report contains revelations about 2016 meeting between the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and incoming security advisor Flynn and a Russian envoy. It provides details about how the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, and other members of the president's inner circle reacted after learning about eldest son's Donald Trump Jr.'s emails setting up the infamous 2016 Trump Tower meeting with Russians. And it confirms correspondence between Donald Jr. and WikiLeaks about hacked Clinton email. They weren't hacked. Okay. Anyways, can't read that crap anymore, Shady. But who set up the meeting? We got that. Oh, wait, where am I at? Yeah, we covered that one. So then this is the next one. Did we cover that one all the way? Yeah.
I think
The Hook,
we got,
November 30th, unmasked, need justification. Who set up the meeting? Who was directing Ambassador Kislyak to make the contact? Meeting plus phone. Q.
I would imagine that that's going to be Clapper, Brennan, or Comey.
The Hook.
They got to have it. You know, the people that are trying to set up the investigation have to make sure that they kick it off properly.
That's right. 4233 Shady goes to Washington Examiner. Look at this, Shady. Look at this. Devin Nunes, criminal referrals coming for the Mueller team, Shady.
For the Mueller team.
Yes.
And that means the 13 angry Democrats who, listen, man, this is huge, guys, because we have evidence. You guys have to understand these documents that we already have in the public view is evidence that the Mueller, Weissman, all of those attorneys, Rosenstein, all of those people had ample proof before the special counsel's investigation, before they started the whole thing. So now what you have is fraud. This is fraud on the American people. They charged us $50 million for an investigation into something they knew didn't exist, guys, knowingly.
Knowingly. So we're looking at doing criminal referrals on the Mueller team, the Mueller dossier team, the Mueller witch hunt, whatever you want to call it. That's where we are now in our investigation, says Rep. Devin Nunes. And we're doing large criminal referral on the Mueller dossier team and put together a fraudulent report that knew there was no collusion the day that Mueller walked in the door, the California Republican added today. They set an obstruction of justice trap. There's no doubt in my mind we will make a conspiracy referral there. Boom.
You like winning?
I love winning right now. Winning,
Justice is going to be served.
And more winning, Shady. All right, Shady, here's the next one. Guess what he puts? Guess what we got again?
Locked on target.
Lighting them up, guys. Here we go.
That is an IR spotlight. Here they come.
Ha I can watch that over and over and over. There you go, watch this. That white spot, that's a Nissan pickup truck. 300 feet in the air, Shady.
I'd say that's a boom. And I like the analogy of this too, because what you're kind of seeing here is the coordination between people on the ground and people in the air, and you're seeing the disconnect between the people that are actually destroying the target and the people who are painting the target. You see that? So the target is being painted by Q, and then you guys are going out there and destroying the target.
Yes.
You see, it's a perfect analogy of what we're doing. So Q gives us information, right? That's the laser pointer. And then you guys are like, oh my gosh, you go out there, you grab it, you interact with it, you share it with people, you try to spread it around on social media to counter the narrative. And this is working. This process is working. And we know that because we have confirmation side.
And here's the first time, thank you, Kiwi. This is the first time that picture was on Twitter. July 17th, 2017. Hashtag Benghazi.
And so that does, like, that. It's funny how we can connect back to this stuff.
Right?
It's like you connect back to it in your mind through these memes.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm
Why you doing
surprised
that?
how organized QAnon is.
Oh, wait till you hear this
Oh,
quote.
gosh. Here we go. So this is it. This is the next one. 4235, Shady. Why don't you take this one, my friend?
All right, guys. This is 4235. The point to understand: they knowingly unmasked attached names to after POTUS won the election in 2016. They thought they could prevent the exposure of this information and remain protected. Why did they believe this? What insurance did they have? Infiltration of the US government? This fact alone should scare every American. Shadow presidency, shadow government. It took this long for a reason. Q, he should have made that last line all caps as well for some certain specific individuals out there that have still yet to have underdeveloped patience.
That's right. That's
I mean,
right.
what you're seeing, what you're getting ready to see, I know that the impatience is driven by, need to see, but let's also understand that our patience and our skill of patience has been largely eroded to make us less effective as people who try to red pill other people. If you lose your patience trying to red pill someone, you lost the red pill. Like, they're not going to take it.
That's right.
And so think about that. This is a very, macro, micro conversation here. We knew who they were, and we know who they were, and we know what they've been doing, and now we're calling them out. You just saw Q and the president call out the former president.
Yeah. Very, very interesting, guys. This is it, man. This is what we're fighting for. And, it's not going to happen overnight just because you want just one person, say Hillary Clinton, arrested. Do you know how big this whole thing is? It's not just one person, folks.
And it's not just provable by going right to a queen. Queen with a pawn on your first or second move, can you?
Nope. Nope. It's a chess game.
You have to wait till they make moves that leave themselves exposed.
And it's getting it out into the consciousness as well. I mean, we're fighting the clown media for sure. But people are waking up on the other side as well. This is not R versus D, guys.
And also, let's remind everyone that before the president had to stop his rallies, that he was getting between 18 and 35% Democrats at a rally that would admit on paper that they were Democrats at a rally.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that number's only increasing.
It's only increasing. Yeah. Tip of the iceberg. That's right, Avenger. And this is it. This is 4236. So Q reposts a September 10th, 2018 post, 2145, that is going to Thorlock saying, prepare your memes. Non-NSA tech today cannot read filter. And then this is Ant Alive. Panic, Q. And here we go. Cruising over to Panic. Attention, QAnon. Do this ASAP. Block anything Reuters from your Facebook, Twitter. Make it viral. Right here. Hateful memes. Facebook announces hateful memes challenge with 100,000 prize pool to identify hate speech. Facebook is offering a massive cash payout to anyone who can build an AI that identifies hateful memes. Shady.
Are you guys getting this?
Yeah.
If they're making this offer to the public, that is admitting that they are being defeated.
That's right.
And also, I really love that Q post because it said non-NSA.
Yep. Non-NSA.
And that means that the NSA does have the ability to scan, read, and identify memes.
Right.
Which means that all of your work is not going unnoticed, Anons. You beautiful patriots, you.
That's right.
All of your work that you've done over the last 2 years is not going unnoticed. It is being archived and probably going to be set up for part of the future historical record.
That's right. This is it.
In my opinion. You guys are the news now. You guys are creating the truth. You're creating the actual record for us to teach in schools in the future and to show future generations why and how easy it was for them to spend 100 years to try to why are we so important if we don't matter?
Oh, we matter.
If the American way of life is no good and the world shouldn't emulate it, then why are you so dead set on destroying it?
And what I think people have to realize too, that the NSA right now, I believe there are guys.
Oh, I definitely believe the NSA are guys. They're giving us Ghidra.
That's right. And that's why this Twitter says this post says non-NSA tech, and that's why Facebook is offering $100,000 for AI to pick up what is said in memes. But NSA has it. See?
Yeah, that's right.
So we're okay.
Their Google AI isn't able to read them.
So basically, don't even say anything. Just put the memes out because they can't read it. You see what I'm saying? Don't put anything in the type. Don't type anything.
If you don't type anything, you just put the picture, or even go one better than that. If you take a meme, like say if you go to Google and you just like right click copy a meme, say of a founding father's quote or something. Well, a lot of those have already been tagged and are sort of suppressed on Twitter and Facebook. So what you can do is you can just open that up, use your little snip tool, take another picture, rename the file name, and the AI has no clue what's on that picture.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks
Invisible
like
ink, Avenger says. That's right, buddy.
Invisible ink. Yep. Yeah, apparently we are 5-5 on the sound, Shady. So we've got some sound trolls out there. Now we're saying that we're frozen trolls out there. Guys, we have people watching our stream and they will let us know if we have issues. So thank you very much. And check your side if you have an issue, okay? 4237. This is the next one, Shady. It goes to Stardust. Here we go. This is it. Wow, Hillary openly talking about QAnon. It does not get any more mainstream than that. We must be way over target. Congratulations, Patriots and digital soldiers. We are winning the informational warfare. Keep fighting and get the memes ready. And that goes to D3MO here. Here we go. Why is Clinton...
I want to read the quote.
Why is Clinton talking about QAnon? How well organized they are. It's just a LARP, right, Shady? What does Clinton say? Here we go. This is from the article.
When I spoke with Clinton recently about QAnon, she said, I just get under their skin unlike anybody else. If I didn't have Secret Service protection going through my mail, finding weird stuff and tracking the threats against me, which are still very high, I would be worried. She has to come to realize that the invented reality in which conspiracy theorists place her is not some bizarre parallel universe, but actually one that shapes our own. Referring to internet trolling operations, Clinton said, I don't think until relatively recently, most people understood how well organized they were and how many different components of their strategy they have put in place.
Wow.
Hey, guys, you like a compliment on Thursday?
Yeah.
There you go.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, because Hillary Clinton is directly interfacing with the fringe right-wing conspiracy. Welcome to the mainstream.
Hillary effing Clinton.
Hillary.
I love it. And it's been an honor. I guess she's tried to take us down before, Shady, that top 200 list, if you will. Didn't work. We're still up.
Nope. There's still, I would say, over 2/3 of those accounts have survived, including ours truly in the Matrix.
Yeah. Very proud. Very proud. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Hillary. Oh, and DARPA confirmed that I'm not foreign disinfo. So take that, Miss Clinton.
Yeah, we're still looking to verify the credibility of DARPA.
DARP. I call him DARP now.
DARP for sure. That's singular.
It's DARP.
I'm only talking to the one DARP. I'm not talking to DARPA.
Yeah, just DARP. Here we go, 4238, Shady. This is 5:14 today at 11:15 Eastern time in 17 seconds, by the way, I may add. Example A, who, former White House staff, one or more, introduced, pushed Dan Coates as DNI director to POTUS? Who, former White House staff, one or more, insisted he could be trusted, knowingly or unknowingly? Q. Now, we did a little bit of digging. We may have come up with Mattis, Shady and I, is one.
We kind of definitely think that Mattis is a potential for one for sure.
Yeah.
But so we're kind of bouncing some stuff around. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What do you guys think? So we got Mattis. I was thinking maybe Reince Priebus, possibly. Ryan's not a staffer, so it couldn't be Paul Ryan.
Right.
Let me see here. Dan Coates right here, because Mattis was saddened that he left. So this is my sauce, if you will. Dan Coates, director of the DNI, deeply saddened by Mattis's resignation. Could that be one of them, right? Let's see what people are saying here. We've got former Obama administration, special assistant to Obama. Oh, look at this. Pretty good. But would that be a staffer? You know, this is why I'm trying to. It's not Mattis. McMaster, John Bolton, Vindeman are traders along with Coates. Could very well be.
Yeah, but those came later.
Those did come later. Yeah. A few bad apples, right? I'm just trying to see. Here we go. Mike Pence recruited me for the job, but I don't know. Is Mike Pence a staffer?
Or is Mike Pence former, right? Pence doesn't fit into former or staffer. We were batting that around too.
Yep, definitely.
Madison Tillerson is a good guess because Tillerson was original.
So here's what I'm thinking. Look, do you think it's Mattis? No. So a troll came and said no right away.
Well, that means it might be Mattis.
So it's Mattis.
Wait, let's see.
It.
Click on the troll account.
There it is.
What? How many? Yeah, I don't know. That might be a troll.
It might be. I mean, you think it's Mattis? No.
John Kelly, was he there in the very beginning? He came in later, right?
Yeah.
There's been quite a few in, so we're trying to just like sort it all out.
And then you got the Pence-Coates relationship. Then you got Burr. Well, Burr was just arrested, or a warrant was served, excuse me. Huh. McConnell, statement on Burr.
McConnell would, yeah.
Here's Burr's endorsement of Coates. Mm-hmm. Have y'all been deplatformed?
No.
Not yet. Are we here?
We're here right now.
Are we here? Hello. Let me
Hello,
just give her the link. Let's just give her the link right here. And come join us. There you go. There you go. That's interesting. Just interesting theory. So we're batting that around. Let's see if Q confirms that for us. And I think we're right here at Obamagate. These threads. Let's go back to the Q map. So that's something to bat around, guys. And remember, it's got to be former White House staff.
One or more.
Yep.
But the key word here is introduced. So what we were trying to do was find the connections of introduction, and we did find a connection between that Mattis and Coates were pretty tight.
Yes, they were.
Yes, so introduced could be, strung through Mattis potentially.
Potentially, exactly right. So here's the next one, Shady. Is it about the virus or about protecting themselves? Mail-in ballot push election. D. State bailouts push. Refusal to testify regarding fear of COVID-19? Who benefits the most? Q. Let's go look at this. Here we go.
Given my age demographic, I'd be happy to come after I've been vaccinated for COVID-19.
Would you testify?
I could do it remotely, as the case with the Fauci hearing, or respond to questions, or that sort of thing. But I don't particularly want to put my life or that of my wife in jeopardy for in-person testimony.
What is your response to those? And you've seen the headlines today, and you've seen some of the coverage, who are saying this is proof of a political witch hunt.
Well, I don't think it's any such thing. Again, this program, which has long existed, and is the way it operates, is designed to minimize the identity of U.S. persons who may be engaged in innocent activities. And it's a very valuable tool to know about what is going on in these engagements with valid foreign intelligence targets. And I can't stress that enough. And that's the predicate for the operation of the program. And it's a very important capability for protecting the national security of the country.
Why do you think the president and some Republican senators are raising it in this fashion then?
Well, I think this is part of the narrative to create the impression that there was something untoward or improper or illegitimate going on here, and there was not. And as General Nakasoni's explanatory note, emphasizes that this was a legitimate process, and the people that got these reports were authorized recipients and were authorized to request unmasking, and that those procedures were followed.
Just to read that, each individual was an authorized recipient of the original report, and the unmasking was approved through NSA's standard process, which includes a review of the justification for the request. General James Clapper, thank you for walking us through this.
But they weren't in office. Biden wasn't vice president at that time, was he? Was he?
No.
So this is a whole thread, too, about Clapper. I was unmasking Americans once or twice a week, but I don't recall what prompted the request made back by unmasking Flynn. Don't recall, do you?
Just notice how he referred and say some of those people on the calls might be innocent.
Right.
Think about that just for a second. This is, former national intelligence. They might be innocent.
Right.
I thought that they were innocent until proven guilty.
And now he's saying he did not find evidence, Shady.
But he's perceiving that only a very small portion of the people that we listen to on their phone conversations are innocent, that are Americans.
Right.
Just the context of the way he said it struck me wrong. It's like, oh yeah, mostly they're guilty, but sometimes they're innocent.
That's right.
That's backwards.
Yep. We just want to listen to innocent people because that's what we do. Jeez, this guy is a character, isn't he?
Unless you've been convicted, you're innocent.
As Clapper is asked, leaking the press, his connection goes dead. Let's check this out.
Yeah, let's watch a couple of these.
So asking for names, nothing wrong with that. Unmasking in and of itself, nothing wrong with that. Leaking classified information, and by definition, these phone calls were classified. That's a problem, correct?
Absolutely, it is.
And if anyone did leak the contents of these conversations with or without the name, that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Yes?
I think he hit the button. He hit some sort of freeze
the shot.
button.
I wonder if we can at least get him on the phone.
Listen.
Did leak the contents of these conversations.
Wait.
That's a problem, correct?
Absolutely, it is.
And if anyone did leak the contents of the...
I love it.
I swear he disconnected on purpose.
Let's listen to this one.
Now, you have said this under oath. You've said it on TV before, but I'll have you say it again. When you were Director of National Intelligence, did you see any direct evidence evidence of collusion between General Flynn or any Trump campaign official with the Russians?
No, I did not. Of course, collusion is not a formally defined term, certainly in a legal sense. But if you read the intelligence community assessment, particularly the highly classified version, and as well as the unclassified version, you won't find the C word anywhere in that report.
Does the absence of evidence of collusion,
does he mean Clinton? Sorry.
Indicate to you that no requests for unmasking should have happened? If you had seen no evidence of collusion there, why ask for names like this in the intelligence reports?
Well, there could have been, as I say, other reasons why you would unmask. Again, when you read the bald read of the report, may not tell you what exactly is going on. So whether it was collusion or what, what you're trying to determine, does this pose a threat to a national security?
Wow. Wow.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? What do you think?
Interesting. So Q pointed us to that. Yeah. So I don't trust the guy. Did you see his eyes and everything? How do these people? I don't know. All right. So this is 4220. Excuse me, 4240. Today at noon, 16 past the hour, Eastern time. Here we go. This is Obamagate. This proves who is colluding with Russia, and it does. Here we go.
My last election, yeah. After my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand.
Oh.
I transmit this information to Vladimir.
So let's unmask this guy, huh? What do you think? Lindsay?
Yeah, Lindsay. Hey, Matrix, we might have a special guest in the waiting room.
All right.
Let's see if we can.
Let's quickly get her in here. Let's see. Special guest. I think we got. Let me get the. Hang on one second. There it is. All right. Who do we got here? We might have a special guest, and apparently there's something coming up really soon that we need to all be aware of.
Hey, is she in here? Oh, I see her.
I see her.
Can't hear her yet.
And we're at the last Q post here, Shady. So this is 4241. We'll introduce our guest right after this here. This is Graham shoots down the Trump call for Obama testimony on Russia probe origins. We read you that Trump tweet today saying, come on, Lindsay, do it now. This is the article. Graham shoots down Trump's call for Obama testimony on Russia probe origins. There he is taking his mask off. Clowns wear masks. Put it back on. Senator Lindsey Graham on Thursday brushed back President Donald Trump's pleas for Judiciary Committee chairman to haul in former President Barack Obama for testimony about the origins of the Russia investigation and FBI's handling of the investigation into Michael Flynn. Graham shoots down Trump's call, guys. This is the Twitter. Yep. 1 second. This is the Graham shoots down the Trump call. This is the political article. Let's retweet that. Cruise on back over here, and there's the Politico news. And then look at this, Shady. It has this about Hillary. Do you think this is a hint to Graham, Shady?
Oh yeah, this is a direct threat to Graham to stop his shenanigans.
That's right. And then let's go here right now and says, worth remembering, think chess. Do you attack the king in the beginning or middle to end? Queen protects king. Q. Interesting. And here we have our special guest, Joe Ray. Hello, hello.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Or afternoon.
Hello, Joe Ray.
Hey there. I got to turn my volume up.
All
there
right.
we go. Now I can hear you.
So we've got Joe Ray Perkins here, guys. Let me stop my share here, Shady. Let's see if I can get this all going. But Shady, introduce our special guest here because, and then I want you to. I mean, we've met her before, haven't we? We know her, don't we?
You guys know Joe Ray, and thanks, Joe Ray, for coming in and hanging out with us again. I know that we have a very big day coming up out there in Oregon next week, guys. So we wanted to have Joe Ray to come in here. She wanted to come on and just thank you guys for all your support and to say hey and to maybe let the people of Oregon know about the event and exactly what's going on out here on the West Coast, far away from the craziness in Washington, D.C. right now. But how are you doing today, Joe Ray?
I'm doing fabulous. Again, I want to thank everybody that has donated. It has been such an amazing blessing to me. You guys have no idea. I am so humbled and so blown away by the outpouring of love and the support. Election, we're at T-minus 5 days, I think now. I'm losing track, but it's Tuesday. And so I'm sitting here working on letters to get out. And of course, everything that I worked on till 2 o'clock this morning did not save. So guess what I get to do again today?
Oh, good.
Try to get everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This has been my life, is the technology driving me nuts. But it's okay. It'll get out the door today. And if anybody's in Oregon and you want a yard sign, message me, or if the mods can put my email address up, I can attempt to do it. Joe Ray at PerkinsForUSSenate.vote. Send me an email and I will put it in the mail today or tomorrow, and you'll have it before Tuesday. But I'm going out to pick up 19 signs in the morning that are stuck down in the Eugene area. So if you're in Lane County, there's 19 signs and some 3x4 signs. But the other thing is, for all the Oregonians that are there, there's a business up in Beaverton through our COVID closed down, that restaurants can be open at 50% capacity. They just can't serve alcohol, which is kind of weird.
So bring your own.
So yeah.
Wait, no, we can't say. I can say that.
Yeah. Just that, we just don't want to get them in trouble. But anyway,
No.
So it's at the garages. I posted it, Shady, and Twitter on the Twitter group that Shady set up. It's at the garages. It'll start at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. But I need an RSVP because I have to limit it to 175 people so we can stay within Gestapo Kate's guidelines.
At least they're letting you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a rundown.
Oregon is opening up. We're in phase 1. I want you guys to know that 2 counties are on hold, which is Marion and Polk counties, and 3 counties did not apply, and the rest of the counties are in phase 1.
All right, so let's run it down. So the election is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, okay, guys? Mark it on your calendar. How many Oregonians do we have in here? And if you guys are from Oregon here, we need you guys to pick up the phone and call all your family and friends and say, Joe Ray Perkins, guys. I'm in Beaverton, says Lynn. Get out there, please. Just pick up the phone for Joe Ray. Joe Ray, who is your competitor?
So I have 3 gentlemen. Well, in the general, it'll be Jeff Merkley.
Okay.
And Jeff Merkley voted to impeach our wonderful president.
Okay, so we have a pro-impeacher in Oregon that we need to get out with Joe Ray Perkins. And Philip Proffer changed your last name. It's instead of Perkins with a K, it's a Q now. Perkins with a Q.
You can't change her name.
Okay, so Brandon Burnett said that they do not see me on their ballot. It depends on if they have. So I will be on the Republican Party ballot. If you have an unaffiliated ballot, you won't see anybody but judges and maybe some city council people.
Waterford Bear is going to call all the Oregon family now, but they live in Washington now. Thank you, Waterford Bear.
And Joe Ray has gotten quite a number of endorsements out here too from multiple different organizations, including was it Right for Life and
Oregon Right to Life Political Action Committee, and
a few others that are really putting some weight behind her because she's representing the people, guys. Not only that, but she understands the truth. She's an anon. She's been paying attention to Q since the very beginning. She knows what's going on, and she can see this corruption clear as day. And so what an amazing thought to have someone who is elected to the Senate who is armed with the truth going out there fighting for you every day.
Yeah, so we're actually making sure that if we have any Oregonians here, if you know anybody in Oregon, make sure you get Joe Ray Perkins on the Republican ballot, guys. The person she's going against did vote to impeach our president. Very important. Wow. Joe Ray.
Yeah, he's the guy voted no twice on the Born Alive Act. So I don't care if you're pro-choice or not, but that's just despicable to even do that. I can't think of anything more diabolical.
And stand up, sit down.
Actually, I can, but I won't go there.
Well, we know why they're doing it, sadly. Stand up or sit down grew up in Oregon. So stand up or sit down. If you know anybody in Oregon, get this message out to them right now if you can. And we got the website here too. So go ahead, Joe Ray.
Okay, so real quick, Brandon is asking, because Brandon does have an unaffiliated or non-affiliated ballot. Unfortunately, you can't do anything. You can write my name in on the ballot. There's nowhere for a write-in, so people write my name in. So if you register as a Republican now, it won't count till November. November is a general election, so you'll have everybody on the ballot that's in the general election that gets through the primary. Oregon does have closed elections, and it's really a good thing. Last week you guys were talking about the race down there in California, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember her name. That was one in Pelosi's district.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if you guys
Lorraine,
saw the message. She didn't win, but what ended up happening, because they have open ballots in California, 2 Democrats are going head to head, Pelosi and a Democrat challenger.
Right.
Have a Republican on the ballot in November for that.
Right. Yeah, the way the California's elections are structured, it's like the 2 people that get the most votes are the nominees. So that's the way they voted so many conservatives out in the last 3 decades.
Yep, doesn't matter what the party is. And so I love Oregon's closed votes. If you are a Democrat, a Libertarian, or any other party, you can write my name in. It's allowed.
That's awesome. I know, and that might.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
Deanna.
place somebody asked is, and my cursor is not moving over here to my monitor number 3, is at the garages Tuesday night.
And so that's going to be in what's the city again? That's
Beaverton.
in Salem? Oh, in Beaverton. Okay, sorry.
That's
Okay.
up in Beaverton, yes. And so I do need the RSVP so that I don't max out. Well, I want to max out at 175 people, but I don't want 300. Well, let me put it this way. If more people show up, then we can get in, then y'all will be outside. How's that? And we'll pray for no rain.
Well, it's getting close to that season out here, so you got at least a shot of that happening.
We do. Hey, one other thing. There's going to be a big, in Salem at the Capitol building starting at 10 o'clock Sunday morning. There's going to be a big church meeting, and they have the permit. Amazingly, they got a permit for it. So if you're anywhere or if you want to show up in Salem, pray for no rain because it is supposed to be rainy on Sunday. I will be doing the live video through one of the churches there. They asked me to be in charge of the live video. Can you believe that, on Facebook? So that was kind of an honor to get that phone call yesterday. So, hey, a couple other places I'm endorsed from: Taxpayers Association of Oregon, Lars Larson, Redmond Patriots, and a couple of elected representatives, Bill Post and Mike Mearman, and then a Congressional District 4 candidate, Alex Scarlatos. They've all endorsed me. But the most important endorsement is the voters.
Yeah, 100%.
The endorsements that I want.
Well, I would just be kind of curious, like with all the people you're talking to within the last couple of weeks or so, like what's the general climate that you're seeing on this whole social distancing, wearing masks, not gathering in public, like in general, like or what's your percentages there that people are all about the Kool-Aid and the people that have taken their red pills?
I'm shocked at, I heard one person say that they were, well, I'm just going to comply. And I mean, I'm just like coming unglued in my office when I heard them saying that online. I'm going, are you kidding me? That's what the Jews did. Hello? They complied. Come on, people, wake up. Oh my gosh, I just wanted to freak out. I went to Costco. You have to wear a mask now when you go to Costco. And I showed up, I don't have a mask. And they go, well, you need a mask. I said, I'm not sick. They go, well, we have an extra mask here. Here you go.
No, thank you.
And so I was talking to somebody that recognized me, and so I could kind of take the mask down. And then I got a phone call. Guess who didn't have the mask on? I put it down on my chin. Can't talk on my cell phone with a mask on my face.
Wow. And Oregon doesn't have a big breakout either, does it?
No, we don't. It's like, come on, people, get a grip. Well, what if you're a silent carrier? Well, what if you're a silent carrier or the flu? You're going to walk around in fear? Come on.
right?
Well, I mean, it's just like the guy did the little video yesterday, but he's like all imitating being freaked out, you know, and he comes out of the store and he's got his mask on and his gloves on and he's like, oh, freaking out. And he takes his mask off and he takes his gloves off and he touches the outside of the mask. He's like, oh my God, I just touched the COVID. And then he touches the steering wheel. He's like, oh my God, I just put the COVID in my... It's like, it's so insane the way that they're acting, man.
Yeah, most of the people that I know, they aren't wearing masks. They're just whatever.
Good. I went into an establishment the other day, and everybody that was in there, they were making only allowing 10 people in the room, and everybody had their X's. And I was very pleased to be able to sit there and make eye contact with each individual and look at them and like get the eye roll. You know, and I was getting the eye roll from everybody. So I'm like, the climate's pretty consistent against this down here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. This morning at 10ish, Governor Kate Brown, she was running on Matrix time this morning. So, but anyway, I don't. So she made an interesting comment.
In the Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. Yeah. She made an interesting comment that, this is the first time I've heard her say this. Maybe she said it before because I really don't listen to her a whole lot. She said all those small stores that closed, you know, Shady, the ones that are downtown near you,
right?
All the nice little not the malls, but the
nice little shops that are actually in town that are open everywhere out here.
They did not have to close. Not one of those retailers were required to close. Not one, none. And today she says it.
Do you believe that?
So all of these businesses shut down that didn't have to shut down. And, you know, I lost some voters because I was doing a kind of started off as a parody video live stream as I went to the post office to pick up a certified letter. And I turned my phone down the street and I go, there's no reason that the street is empty. And I didn't even know that she had not said that everybody had to shut down. I didn't even know that at that time. And I can't vote for you because you did that. What? Said that people should be working?
How dare you?
How dare I?
I want to show that video real quick, Shady. I got it right here. Let's change over to this right here. Let's just show this video.
Oh yeah, let's check this out, Joey.
Let me see. Okay. I don't know if I have to exit you. Hang on. Let me share screen. Boom, boom, boom. And portion of screen. It's weird, Shady. It doesn't show me the. I'll just show you the whole screen. Here we go.
Oh yeah, this is the video.
Here we go.
This guy's hilarious.
I thought the coronavirus was all around me. Who wasn't wearing a mask? Who weren't wearing gloves? Some lady was standing 5.5 feet away from me. I don't know what to do anymore. Who do I listen to? Do I listen to the experts on TV or the experts on Facebook? What happened to Dr. Fauci? How come he's not in the news conference anymore? What did they do to Dr. Fauci? Oh my God! Did a spaceship land in a rose garden and take him away to a different planet? Oh my God! I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Oh my God! What if the virus is out here? What do I do with the gloves and the mask? What if the virus is on these? How do I get rid of them? I don't want to put them on the street. That's not nice. I'll get rid of it later. Oh my God! I touched the steering wheel. What if the virus is on the steering wheel now?
Oh my God!
Awesome!
Is that not brilliant?
Classic.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And I want to show you guys one more thing before, because I found something that was very interesting.
Yeah, like check this out, Joe Ray. Like we were just doing a little bit of a decode on.
This is why we're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the DoD Mattis. The DoD never spoke to the NSA about election safety. This is Admiral Rogers, former director of the NSA. Here we go.
For example, if you look at DoD's latest strategy, I'm sure many of you love reading DoD products. There's actually a broad DoD national military strategy. If you read that document signed by Secretary Mattis, for the first time in the post 9/11 environment, the document says the #1 national security challenge for the nation is represented by the nation state, not individual actors or groups. You know, what does national security mean in the digital age? I don't ever remember a discussion about, could someone mess with the electoral system of our nation?
They didn't tell the NSA
about that, and then yet in 2016, I find myself in the midst of a discussion about, hey, look, is this really critical infrastructure?
Interesting, hey?
Wow.
Kind of telling there, no?
So he's the director of the NSA. DOD Mattis has a product saying, oh, we got to watch 2016 Russia's hacking. And the NSA had no idea about it. You know, when you plan, when you are an NSA director, this whole thing was talking about planning, how he plans, gets the view, talks to other parts of the, industry. He had no discussion about someone could mess with our electoral system of our nation. He doesn't remember having that discussion. I think
that sounds like clown talk.
It sounds like a boom.
Yeah, selective amnesia.
Yeah. No, there is no threat.
No.
Well, yeah, but also that they're not being forthcoming with the truth.
It's
Possible.
their truth. Shady, it's their truth.
Yeah. So basically, our NSA guy is saying that, he wasn't talked to about the DOD because of their fake narrative of the Russia hacking our network. The NSA had no idea that Russia was hacking our network.
Because they weren't.
Exactly. Exactly. So
This
Admiral
whole thing-
Rogers is a hero, and this is a pretty interesting find that I found. So I don't know if you guys want to check it out, retweet it. I think it's pretty huge, guys.
And I think that we've got a lot of stuff right now that we're currently processing. But man, this whole thing with Lindsey Graham is getting ready to set off a firestorm, guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is, that we're not going to take this. You can't go up there saying you're going to start investigations. There's no reason. Listen, here we go again. I'm going to say it again. I've said it 100 times now. You cannot open a counterintelligence investigation on an American citizen without the signature of the President of the United States. Period.
Period.
So why do we need to be talking? Why do we need to be talking to Rahm Emanuel or Dennis McDonough or any of these other people? Because the directive came from Obama. That's where it came from. There's no reason to talk to the other people. We'll get to them later, but the reality is, the person needs to be asking answer questions is 44 and his vice president.
Up right now.
And they're
Go to
shielding.
the window, open it, and stick your head out and
Well,
yell.
guys, thank you. I've got a bunch of letters I got to retrieve some addresses on and get
Yep.
all that data together.
Joe Ray,
We're
thank
getting
you
ready to
very
get out
much.
of here too. We just wanted you to come in here
Thank
and
you.
get everybody prepped up for next week. And we are really hoping
Thank
to see
you.
a massive statewide push for something different. I hope that everyone out there is seeing that communism is a lot closer than you think. And we need people like Joe Ray on the wall guarding against it.
If you're in Oregon next week, vote Joe
Hey, guys.
Ray Perkins, guys.
I have been known to stand up for my constitutional rights to the point of being arrested. So I'm a fighter. So all the support, all the prayers, please pray. We still need prayers. We're not, it's not a done deal until we see the final numbers Tuesday night. And that's when I start getting really nervous. And if I think about Tuesday, I'll be in tears because I start freaking out just because, it's just me and I should be in peace because God's in charge and I'm just along for the ride. And it's been a blast.
Pick up the phone, guys. Pick up the phone if you know somebody in Oregon. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Joe Ray, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give me a call when you're freaking out. I'll calm you down.
All righty. Well, hopefully you guys can get out of Quietville and make it up to Crazy Town.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping that maybe we can actually make it up there. I should know tomorrow morning whether or not we're going to be able to make it there.
Awesome. Yeah, and then Monday we're going up there to pick up my new ride because my car is coming in on Monday.
Oh, let me borrow it.
Let you borrow it? Yeah. You know what happened the last time I let my car get
I
borrowed?
knew that was coming.
Yeah. It got totaled. So but I'm not saying what it is until Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys.
Like
well, that's
Yeah.
awesome,
All right,
Joe
guys, be
Ray.
blessed. Thank you all.
Much,
Talk
much
to you later.
love. Thank you.
Guys, we'll drop you guys the information to Joe Ray if you'd like to go over there. Send her an email.
Yep.
or support her campaign, or send a message, or share information with other people, is Joe Ray Perkins for U.S. Senate in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, please, if you know anybody, guys, next Tuesday, folks. So get out and vote for Joe Ray and get mad.
Up right now.
Why?
And go to the
Is that
window.
mad as hell?
Open it and stick your head out and yell,
I'm
as
gonna take
mad
it
as
anymore.
hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
You've got to say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up, get up, get up out of here.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
Stick your
They're
head
yelling in Oregon.
Open it and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell.
They're
I'm
yelling
not
in
gonna
LA.
take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs.
Yelling in
right
Michigan.
now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I wanna
Everybody
see if
just
anybody's
go to
yelling.
the window, open it and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore. I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take this anymore! I'm not gonna take this anymore!
And there you have it, guys. The Matrix Groove Hour Thursday is complete. We will see you tomorrow. 1,300 hours. Much love to all you guys. Shady, thank you. Thank you, Joe Ray. Go Oregon. Joe Ray Perkins for Senate.
Free.
to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. Underestimate the people. Never. I don't think it'll ever happen again.